Sorry, my screen was frozen, everyone. So I'm just sitting here staring and waiting. Thank you for letting me know, everyone in the background, that it's time to go live. Here we go. My rant to start things off. I apologize, people, but I'm going to say this, and I'm reading from the laws of the game. Law number 15 for soccer, football, whatever you want to call it. The throw in. A throw in is awarded to the opponents of the player who last touched the ball when the whole ball passes over the touchline in the ground, on the ground, or in the air. The procedure: at the moment of delivering the ball, the thrower must, and there's 3 bullet points, I'm reading just the last one, throw the ball with both hands from behind and over the head from the point where it left the field of play. The first goal in Sacramento, we got shafted. That law was not followed. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about more. Let's get this thing started. Welcome to the Show of Champions. This is the Orange and Black Soccer Cast. How's it going, Orange County? Welcome to another episode of the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, the first and only show dedicated to Orange County Soccer Club, its fans, and supporters. I'm your host, Ray Zamora. I'm here to take you through this journey as we discuss how Orange County Soccer Club got shafted against Sacramento. Helping me out in this episode first, let's bring in the person from Sacramento who experienced it firsthand, but probably doesn't even know what I'm talking about. That's Dylan. Dylan, how you doing?
All right, let's just start off with, I'm not from Sacramento, so let's just get that one right out of the way. How am I doing? I am befuddled by you at all times,
I
but
like
especially tonight. I was criticized last week for being unrealistic or too optimistic or something. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. Ray, if I had
$1 million.
If I got a point for every single time, if I had $1 million every time I watched a foul throw in the USL this year, I would be able to buy Orange County Soccer Club. If I had a point for every time I watched a foul throw this year, I would probably have more points than Orange County Soccer Club. So I don't think that's going to be the thing that we're going to pinpoint as the moment of failure for Orange County 6 days ago.
It changed the whole complexion of that match because Orange County goes down early. Now they're struggling. Let's get some other voice in here before we get into this. Okay. First, let's get Brad in here. Brad, how we doing?
Wow, he doesn't even identify where I'm from or
from Vegas.
You to correct him. No, I'm not from Vegas, and I'm not technically from Reno, and I'm also not technically from California.
Can I guess? Because it's not really a guess. I know where you're from. Yeah. Well, should I get it wrong so it's on brand?
Yep. Go ahead.
All the way
That'd be perfect.
Well, okay. Well, if I'm going to get it wrong, all the way from South Carolina, but no, you're actually from North Carolina, Brad.
There you go.
I'm proud. Got to raise up, take your shirt off and twist it around your head, spin it like a helicopter. Also helping us out is the bearded baseball fan himself, Larry. So we had a musical reference with Dylan. You know, if I had $1 million, we had a musical reference for Brad. Take your shirt off, twist around your head, spin it like a helicopter. Larry, if we were going to give you a musical reference, what would it be?
Probably was something along the lines with "shut the up."
All right. Okay.
Or
what's up? Shut up. There we go.
So I never want to be criticized the most negative person on the show again because that was very me-esque delivery, Larry.
Let's get into this. I'm gonna get my rant and my frustration out of the way, and I know most of y'all don't agree with what I'm saying. You probably don't even understand what I'm calling out on this. A poor throw in. If you look at that first goal, the ball goes out about 5 feet or 5 yards from the corner flag. Dylan, Larry, I think you were at the match. There's a bunch of advertising boards that stretch out about 20 yards on the sideline there where the throw in took place. What happens? Whoever throws that long throw in goes to the end around those ad boards so he can make that long throw in. Without that extra space, I guarantee you he's not getting that kind of length in that throw in. Thus, all the bouncing in front of the goal doesn't happen. Orange County doesn't concede an early goal, and it's a whole different match. And I get it, Dylan's argument of we see it all the time. Bad throw-ins, illegal throw-ins, whatever. This was a legit 15 yards away from where it should have taken place. And again, the law states specifically where the ball went out. It doesn't say where the ball went out or anywhere behind, in the back, which obviously we see happen. But again, because Sacramento decided to put ad boards there, it ruins that opportunity for that long throw in. So, hey, let's just walk all the way to where those boards end. Let's take the throw in from there. That's why I was frustrated. That's why I made the call about Rule 15. And that's why I say Orange County got screwed in this match. Dylan, you were there. Go for it.
Yeah. I think last week I predicted Orange County was going to win 6-0, and I understand that was a very unpopular prediction. Forgot where I was going. Oh, yeah. That would imply that Orange County Soccer Club is a good team right now, and it actually appears that Orange County Soccer Club is not a good team right now. So what I watched was not great, and it wasn't because we conceded early. Now, that didn't help, but Orange County didn't really offer much. I felt that there were a handful of performances that were not cameos. Look, I've forgotten to speak like Orange County has forgotten to score or not concede. I felt like there were a handful of passengers in this match, and you just can't have that kind of... You can't have multiple people doing it. You can't have anyone really doing that when you are fighting for a playoff place. You can't have anybody doing that when you are playing the team that is in second place on the road, no less. It wasn't a good performance. And that was frustrating to watch. I don't think it's the fault of this throw-in. I mean, if we want to pinpoint a very moment that Orange County lost this match, why don't we look at the, 2 seconds before we conceded the losing goal, in which one of our players just kind of watches the ball for 3 seconds instead of running to either get possession of it or make a tackle. Ensuing chaos, and we concede, and yeah, it wasn't a great match.
Okay.
It was very bad.
I saw things a little different from you, and I know that I think the rest of the team will agree more with you in this. And listeners, if you don't agree with me, share your thoughts in the comments. Again, illegal throw-in results in a goal at the 7-minute mark. Now Orange County is fighting from behind for most of this match. They do equalize, and I will admit it was probably not a penalty if you look at it. It was a very, very Orange County favorable call there. So I'm going to admit that was also an error there. But that's something that's a judgment call by the ref. When it comes to the throw-in, there's a specific rule. There's no judgment call in there. So Orange County should have been up at the 52nd minute, 1-0. Now you're holding on to a lead. Again, you haven't fought to even get back into the match up to that point. Now maybe you don't concede that late goal because you're exhausted or mentally just worn out from that game. So again, Orange County should have been up, and it should have only been an equalizer late in the match, not a winning goal. Brad, your thoughts on this match?
I mean, if your argument on us winning games like these hinges on a foul throw and the what's the word I'm looking for? Conditioning of our players, I'm thinking that's a pretty lame duck argument to make. I know I'm not using that into correct context because I do understand politics, and lame duck is not exactly what I'm saying. I'm just saying, Ray, you're lame for even thinking like that's the reason for what happened here. Look,
I'm sorry,
like
Brad, but wait, you're going to call me lame on this. You can ask anybody that plays sports. Is an errant and going down early, it changes your whole mentality of the match. It changes your whole game plan of a match when you go down early like that. It's a totally different match if the team isn't allowed to get this errant goal because of an illegal throw-in. Go, Brad, continue your thoughts.
Sure, yeah, I 100% agree with you there. The team still doesn't seem to have the ability to play to win these games. And conceding at the last minute is inexcusable the way it happened. I'm watching at home and I'm like, that ball's still in. Why are we just sitting there like watching, and then the ball gets crossed over. Jack Gurr, credit to him, he's a great player and he makes those plays against us. I just remember them talking like he hasn't got much running time this year, and it's like, well, he doesn't need much if he's going to play like that every time he plays against us. And then final thoughts from like this match. I know we're not there yet, but I'm watching this match and I'm thinking to myself, man, it's very obvious what players at the end of the season I'm going to be giving an A and what players I'm going to be giving a D to. And there's a considerable gap between the two.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. And I trust me. I know the whole aspect of the game. I'm just frustrated that no one, including none of the Orange County players, Coach Danny Stone, no one put up a fuss of allowing the throw-in to be taken from where it was. Now, talking about Jack Gurr, coming in as a Clipper fan, I used to remember I hated when Kobe Bryant, we were playing Kobe Bryant of the Lakers because I knew just stuff was going to happen.
Hold on. Are you comparing Jack Gurr to Kobe Bryant right now?
I'm not directly comparing, but what I'm saying is, for whatever reason, when we play against Jack Gurr, he performs. He does something that hurts us. That's what Kobe used to do to the Clippers every single time they played. I don't know if the Clippers ever beat a Kobe Bryant Laker team until he was like post Achilles injury. I saw Jack Gurr coming into the game and the match, and I was like, oh, great, something's going to happen. We're screwed here. So long, at least a point. Larry, you've been waiting a while to talk now. And you can bash me along with these other two. What are your thoughts?
First of all, Kobe did that to everybody. Second of all, I don't watch baseball unless I'm on the field actually umpiring a baseball game. So I would not call me a baseball fan. Third of all, I did not see the throw in or what you're talking about because Dylan and I were on the opposite end of the field, literally the opposite corner, top shelf of the stands up there. And we were kind of busy clowning the Sacramento fans for 90 minutes because they were dead silent and Dylan and I were making more noise than the entire section that was sitting in front of us. Some guy had a wonderful attempt at trolling me when he turned around and said, "Why don't you shut up?" It was brilliant on his part. It was a really, really solid. I felt burned and I felt ashamed. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to get over that. As to how the team played, I'm going to disagree with Dylan. I don't think that the team played that bad. And the statistics show that we didn't play horrible. Now, if you look at the player ratings for the game, we don't have anybody who's got a green rating. So nobody above a 7. We got a couple 6.8s, a couple 6.4s. But we took care of the ball. We had shots on goal. We had opportunities. And that one moment in the 7th, 10th minute, whatever it was, that did not change the game. The one moment in the 93rd minute where, again, it's already been mentioned, player goes in, makes a bad tackle attempt, and then everybody just sits and watch as a very, very good Jack Gurr makes a perfect pass to Corey Bennett, who, by the way, didn't kick the ball in. The ball bounced off his chest and went in. And we lost that one. And that's unfortunate. That's the way it goes. We are a team right now that is not playing as well as it should be. But again, on paper, at the start of this season, this team is top 3 in the West. You cannot argue that fact. On paper, this is a top 3 team in the West at the beginning of the season. At the beginning of the season.
Larry, I'm going to jump in right.
Finish.
Wait, no, Larry, let me just jump on really quick and then you can finish.
Go ahead.
We all, including you, were saying this team does not have the defense that it needs to be competitive. We were going to concede goals like crazy. The only way we win is by outscoring our opponents. I just want to remind everyone of that, including you, Larry. You were part of that conversation. Go ahead.
Except that the defense proved us wrong. Tom Brewitt out there proved us all wrong because none of us knew who Tommy was. And he came in and he anchored that defense in the same kind of vein as Marcus Knackham, as Robbie Kiernan, as Michael Orozco. He came in and he became the captain of this team and he anchored that defense. And by the way, can anybody tell me the last time we won a game?
Long time ago.
Colorado Springs. Can anybody tell me the last time Tom Brewitt was on the pitch?
I'm going to guess you're leading to us all saying Colorado Springs.
There you go. You got it, big fella. Well done. Yes. So the defense proved us wrong. The defense stepped up and they did what they were supposed to do with Partita and with Vuk and with Tommy and with Ryan and whoever we were putting out there on the left back. On paper, this is a top 3 team, but that is not the team that we put out to Sacramento. That is not the team that we put out on the pitch to El Paso. And sadly, it's not going to be the team that we put out to New Mexico. It's just the way it is right now.
let me just jump in really quick, and I'll give Dylan a chance because I if you're not watching
Dylan
the video
wants to
stream of
rebut.
this, if you're not watching the video stream, Dylan's facial expressions during Larry's analysis of the season, how this was a top 3 team going
All
into
of
the
your
season
analysis.
on paper, his facial expression shows. So if you're not watching the video stream on YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, wherever we stream live, or even the video stream on Spotify after the fact, you're missing out. So make sure you follow us so you know where to find all that stuff when we go live, when we release the podcast on Spotify or elsewhere. Dylan, your rebuttal, and then we're going to move on really quick.
Yeah, you're all you have terrible takes. I will say that because Orange County didn't give us much of anything to cheer about, we did have to talk a lot of trash towards the home fans. Shout out to the guy that yelled for us to go back to Riverside, I think. And then the 7-year-old that told us that we were voting for the wrong team. So,
Don't forget about the guy who made a request.
oh yes, and then someone, and that might have been an Orange County fan, which is really funny because after we conceded, we did sing that we lose every week and that Sacramento's nothing special. So, look, this was not a good performance from Orange County. I don't think it's down to the ref. I don't think Orange County was a top 3 team heading into the season because we really didn't have a defense. Oh well, here we are. Orange County is, I'm not going to say falling apart, but struggling at the worst possible time. And by losing last Wednesday, they really, what might have been a molehill turned into a mountain. And they've got a long way to go to get into
Just
the
remember,
playoffs
Dylan.
at this point.
Just remember, Dylan, it shouldn't have been a loss. They got screwed because of an errant throw in or an illegal throw in from the Sacramento player.
I mean,
and I like that, Maddie. Go ahead.
Don't cook. Don't let Ray cook. I mean,
Here we go.
We've been
Here we go.
around
Here
it,
we
but,
go.
like, Stephen Kelly did watch the ball
I see you,
for
Chris.
a minute.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that was like,
I get it.
That didn't help us. Actually,
I get it.
Literally was the reason we conceded. But he's not even like, that's proof you can't switch off for a minute in this league, and you can't switch off for a minute against the second best team in the West.
But it should have been blowback. The whistle should have been blown. It should have been a rethrow. We're going to talk more about this probably. We're also going to talk about the El Paso match, but we have a guest waiting to jump on, and I want to respect the time of our guest. He's a good friend of the show. He's been on multiple times, fellow Clipper fan with me, and that's Mr. Chris Walker. He does a bunch of stuff. He's a New Mexico United fan. He covers New Mexico United, part of the Black Diamonds. Chris, welcome to the show.
Yo, what's going on?
Finally,
Okay,
the voice of reason.
I'm going to jump on really quick, Chris. Hey,
Hey.
you're going to get the question from me, Chris, and then we'll talk about this upcoming match. I have 2 questions for you. You heard Larry? I think you came in right when Larry was talking about that Orange County at the beginning of the season on paper was a top 3 team in the West. Is that a smart analysis, or was that loco?
Y'all didn't do a whole lot in your off season when we previewed it. You guys kind of maintained. You just plugged in some gaps, which we thought was interesting. But I mean, I guess you could have been, but you didn't. Did you finish in the top 3? I don't think.
Hold on, Larry. Go for it.
Go ahead, Chris.
Go, Larry.
Continue, please.
It was just not a very interesting off season for you guys. But it just regular ins and outs is kind of what it looked like. I wouldn't rate it like high up. It wasn't like you guys grabbed who is it, Damas and Trejo in the same pick. You know what I mean? Like, wasn't anything crazy like that I would have been giving you.
Just tell Larry he's loco. Just tell him he's loco.
Larry, you're loco, bro.
I'm just going to ask a question.
Go ahead.
Can everybody here agree that John Morrison knows what the hell he's talking about?
Morrison?
Tom Bogart knows what he's talking about.
No, John from oh God, he's been on the show.
From Backfield,
Tactics.
USL Tactics.
Yes,
John Morrissey.
John Morrison. I'm sorry, I'm a Doris fan. John Morrissey. Can we all agree that he knows what he's talking about?
Yeah.
What did he say Orange County Soccer Club would be in his preseason predictions?
Oh my God.
Look at Larry entrapping us. Entrapment by Larry here.
I don't remember what he said.
I do.
What did he say?
Third. He said we are a top 3 team. Lion
Third to
McKinnon,
last.
Grayson Duty, Nico Benalcazar.
Injured. Oh, not injured.
Right.
Before the
Before
season
season started.
Let me
But he
ask.
got it right, though. He got it right. You guys are third to last.
Oh, Chris. Man, you know what, dog?
Can we talk about teams
Here.
that are actually top 3,
Wait,
aka
really
Mexico
quick, Chris.
Right now?
Wait, really quick, Chris. My last question for you.
Yeah.
Did you watch the Orange County Sacramento match at all?
Why would he?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I
Let me
will,
ask
though.
you this. If the ball goes out behind advertising boards and the player can't do a long throw in from there, so he goes 20 yards back to where the advertising boards are no longer and throws in from there, should that be allowed?
God.
Don't even dignify this with a response. my man.
Yeah, can we just get to previewing this upcoming match?
This is like the equivalent of like those 3-dimensional, like virtual ones talking about, right?
Okay. I just had because I know it's really frustrating Dylan, Brad, and Larry, and I'm sure producer Andy's like pulling his hair out with me, my rant on this. Let's talk about this upcoming match, an important match for Orange County. It's a start of a 4-match stretch for Orange County, probably the toughest 4-match stretch most teams in this league will face at all this whole season. It starts off on the road against New Mexico and then back at home. 3 tough matches back at home. San Antonio, Lou City, and I believe it's Indy 11 are the 3 matches at home. So Orange County's, if they're going to make the playoffs, they're going to have to work hard at starting against New Mexico. The good thing for Orange County fans is Orange County is still in control of their destiny at this point. Yes, they are sitting 9th in the table, but they have a match in hand over, I believe it's Phoenix sitting in front of them. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes.
And, Phoenix is only ahead by 2 points. So again, Orange County, basically, if they win out, it doesn't matter what Phoenix does. Orange County's in the playoffs. Talk to us about your thoughts on this match, and is there any way that you could see that Orange County can actually come into New Mexico and leave with 3 points, Chris?
I mean, I think it's possible, though the team right now has, they got a little streak going on, form wise. I think you guys could possibly get a point. And that's just because sometimes I think that things are going well for the team, and then all of a sudden coach is going to change up a lineup, make it a little different. And then, so then obviously, things aren't succinct. I mean, we've been seeing that all season. So could you guys come in and get a point? Yeah. Could you get 3 points? I mean, it's possible, right? Any team can come up, and I don't know if you guys are thinking about, but like whenever we're playing teams that are kind of at the bottom of the table, this is like a huge inside joke within the community here, but I just think about that fella in the meme with the giant with the yellow coat on. He's like looking behind the tree because it's like, we're playing New Mexico and they're playing and we're at the bottom of the table. Like that's a feast, and look, like I'm not afraid to say it. Sometimes we have definitely played down to the team at the bottom of the table and we've gotten slapped for that. Lexington, we can go back like, different teams that were down there, Hartford at some point, like, it was pretty nuts. So, I mean, now we're on a streak, short answer, or I guess the short part of this answer is it's possible. I don't know if it's probable though.
You want to bet your beard this time on it, Chris?
Ooh.
Whoa.
Hey, Larry, you better be true on this.
I will 100%. I will make that bet with you.
I think he
the
has to
beard.
shave his beard, Chris. I'm pretty sure this is a trap.
It probably is a trap, huh?
It's a trap.
See, he was way too interested in doing
He
that.
was really vested in this.
But if my podcast partners had my back a little bit,
I'll shave mine.
You guys. I ain't mad
I'll
at
shave
Keep
mine.
you in check. This is a mess.
I mean, I think there could be something better. I guess, Look,
Pie in the face on air. A pie in the face on air.
I mean, I'd go for that. But look, I did spend 1 year drinking Sunny D, Cali, and Florida style when y'all were playing Tampa Bay. I'm glad I did that instead of mixing it with vodka too, because I would have been straight drunk after that one.
Chris, let me ask you a question. Orange County has actually outscored. We've got more goals for than New Mexico does, 38-37. How is it that you guys have managed to win so many close games? Because I think you're only +3 on goal differential, and Orange County -3 on goal differential. So, what has been the key to help New Mexico win? So obviously, it's got to be close games because you won 13, lost 10, and tied 4. I think something right around there. What's been the key this year for y'all?
Two things. One, everybody else losing. And
You're
two,
welcome.
penalty kicks. Thank you guys for that, by the way. Those
You betcha.
2 penalties the last time. So that's it.
Okay.
I mean, that's truthfully it. We've, truthfully admitting, like, I've attended pressers. Head coach Dennis Sanchez, has said through much of the season, up until even probably about 4 or 5 weeks ago, that they were still trying to figure out the best 11. We went as far as bringing in Kip Keller and Valentino Well, right? And then and it wasn't like we went to the market and grabbed Haji Berry or anything, right? So that's been his MO. Hey, we're still trying to figure out the best lineup. Every game it was changing. There was nothing really static. At the point where they have benched Alice Tambakis to give Chris Shakes a look and a solid look at that, saying that they wanted him to get a good, strong body at work, right? So, I mean, everything is up for grabs and no one has promised anything right now. So, truthfully, I can say it has been everyone else losing and penalty kicks, which have gotten us throughout some things. And then here and there, maybe there's some hot spots, right? So,
I mean, as much as I would like to shout out one of our former players for his role in gifting you 3 points last time out, okay, if we can talk about some of the people on New Mexico who've really made a difference this season, especially in the last month to month and a half. Chris, could you give me 2 or 3 players?
Yeah, I mean, I'd say Talon Maples, honestly, like defender, has stepped up. We have to shout him out. I mean, he's solid back there in the back line, so he's definitely going to give you some fits. I think Kip Keller has been a strong piece, so I could definitely say him and Maples. Valentino Well, as far as an attack, half of it, and I think Greg Hurst being back and being better than he was is definitely a threat up front. So I would definitely go with that. You can't go wrong with Macaulay Akale, but he's been coming off the bench a couple of times, so that has kind of been different. But he's definitely a shot caller when he's in. He definitely can kind of direct traffic. But yeah, that's what I would say.
And then is there, because it is every other team throwing away the opportunity to move up the table, is there a specific weakness that has kind of permeated throughout 2025?
Not producing, not producing on the attack. Generally could be that could definitely play a part. And maybe it's like the last minute stuff, just cracking the armor, bam, a goal comes in at the last part of the game. The team, it's been quiet the whole game, and then the last 10 minutes, because now they're down 1, they're trying to fire up and play like 90 minutes of football in 10 minutes. So slow starts definitely can be a weakness. Like I said, it's been that case. We've seen it at home a lot, as on the road. So yeah.
It sounds like this could be a real barnstormer of an opening 15 minutes.
I'll tell you this: those little 5-0 predictions y'all do, you might want to make that 5-0 something like corner kicks to non or something, because it's I don't. There aren't that many goals in the game. I'll just put it like that.
Chris, you've been on the show many a times. Doesn't this one feel like the most unhinged version you've been on yet? Something about corner kicks instead of goal predictions, foul throws. I just took a shot of Malort mid-episode because Ray made me feel like it.
My guy there. I love some Malort.
Thank you. Anyways,
Yeah.
moving on.
Yeah,
Does
it
this feel like
definitely
the most?
does. It feels
Yeah,
unhinged. Yeah, I'll
I
take that. I'll take
appreciate
that. I'll take your lead there. Yeah, it feels a little unhinged. I mean, you know, our team was first last year. We finished that way, right? And you know, essentially, we won a game and we went out to Dennis Sanchez's Las Vegas team. And this year, we were first for a good amount of time, and then bam, we weren't. You know, all of a sudden, you know, Tulsa came through, and you know, so we're trying to get hot at the last moment. Look, I don't even like that we're getting hot right now because it kind of serves the point that everyone makes. Oh, you can't get hot too fast. You really just need to get hot at the end. And then when you get to the playoffs, well, that's just a whole different season. It just, it just, you know what it does, man? It just makes the last 8 weeks seem like crap because you're
The
like,
recipe
well,
for a championship.
yeah, because you know, it's like, okay, well, how do you not get hot fast? You know, you guys are there, so now you guys got to get hot now.
so expanding a little bit beyond this upcoming game because I feel like the other guys have asked some great questions about that and kind of
Hmm.
looking at the West Coast Conference as a whole or Western Conference, we
Hmm.
kind of obviously know very likely who the first three of the four bye week home team games are going to be, given your New Mexico United, Sac Republic, and Tulsa. Who's the
Hmm.
fourth team to make it into a home spot?
You know, on
And producer Andy, yeah, I think he took your face. Oh, I think he took you off the screen, off the stream entirely to put this Western Conference standings. But until we can get Chris back on the stream, there he is.
there it is.
Uh,
Okay.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
yeah. No, I appreciate that. Honestly, the fourth team, uh, it could be. I don't. It could be El Paso for that matter. I mean, if I were looking at trends, maybe it could be them.
Are are, now? I got to ask Chris. Are you going to get in trouble from your fellow New Mexico fans for giving the nod to El Paso there?
I mean, look, we don't like them, little brother. We don't like them, you know, like for sure. But we're not. I mean, everyone would love a derby for a first round playoff game, but if we can steer past that, that's also good too. You know, because it, you know, so yeah, I wouldn't get in trouble. But I'd say El Paso probably is what I would look at based on a draw, a win, a draw. That's some positive progress there. It's probably the best situation.
And then can I just come in and make a correction really quick because Brad got it wrong. It's Bestern Conference, Brad, not Western. Bestern, and
Best.
Chris will agree.
It is the best one, yeah. That's funny.
Anyways, that's all the questionings I had for this episode. I feel like I've
Man.
derailed it enough. I know, Chris.
Well, well, let me jump out here really quick, Chris, because
Mm.
everyone's like saying this is an unhinged episode. Trust me, if it was anyone other than Chris, I probably wouldn't have been as crazy with my initial question to him. I just know Chris is a good guy, and he'll give his thoughts on stuff, and he's a great friend of the show.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna
mean, you know,
I want to give you a thought really quick, Chris. Like, is there anything else? Like, let me ask you this, and I will let you know. There's no one from Orange County, no players, no coaches listening to our show. I can promise you that no one listens to our show. What does Orange County need to do? Like, what would you recommend Orange County do? What's the way to beat New Mexico on the pitch?
just they just got to come out and press New Mexico in the back. You know, like got to get them in the backfield, got to get them playing out of the backfield, and just come up and try to make the fullbacks or center backs make some bad decisions. You know, unfortunately, like I said, Maples and Kip Keller are solid. You got Seymour back there in Gloucester, so it's it might be a little difficult, but I think you really just have to come up and play in a press. You know, essentially, I think the formula is just do what they do. You know, that's gonna, and if you could do it a little bit better, right? I mean, because New Mexico's not scoring in the first 15, 20 minutes. That's not something is normally happening. So really get a score first and then just, see if they might want to have the ball. But I will tell you this: they're not the 70% possession team that they were before Lou City. They have been kicking it back. They've been more of a 50-40 or 55-45 kind of team. They've been very conscious about not holding it for too long and also not over rotating it like 600 times in a game. So they are trying to get in and get out type thing. So they're not afraid to play 1-0 games by any means. It's not very exciting soccer. We literally just sat through 90 some minutes of a 0-0 game with Phoenix just to see a penalty get drawn, and that was like the most exciting 15 seconds of the whole night. So glad I had a beer. You know what I mean? So that's the whole thing. So it's like our coach really kind of said hey, yeah, sure, we love to have those games where we're just putting zingers on. It's 4-0 or whatever, but you guys got to be okay with some 1-0 games because we're very much could be doing some of that too. So yeah.
All right, so
hold on a second. Hold on a second, guys. I'm getting a call. Yeah, hi, Danny. Danny, is that you? Yeah, did you get that? Pressing from the back. Yeah, okay. Talk to you soon, buddy.
This is bad.
That's so funny.
Hey, I love it. I love it. I was just gonna say, producer Andy, clip that so we can send out that clip out to the team and everything. But I love Larry. I'm Team Larry there. That was awesome. Chris,
That's
non-soccer related thing, and this is just this is me. I'm just being selfish.
Yeah.
Clippers. Where are we finishing this year?
Man, it's sad. I just don't see us getting to the Western Conference Finals. We might get to the semifinals, but
Oh, Chris, you're hurting me there. You're hurting me. Hey, they
nothing's
make it to the
moving
Western
the needle.
Conference Finals. They make it to the Western Conference Finals. You make the trip out here. We'll go to a match. Or a game. It's a game
match,
in basketball. Whatever it is.
Yeah, we'll go. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Hey, I have a question for you guys. Boom. So Riverside getting a team. Do you guys think it's going to be championship or League One?
That's actually a really good question. There's nothing else going on out in the IE in Riverside except for a couple of decent college teams. So if it wins championship, it wouldn't surprise me personally. It's not going to hurt the Orange County fan base, so I'm not too worried about that. I see a couple of fingers. There's one finger. Dylan, you got a finger?
Let's go.
Dylan?
Well, here. Let me. Oh, jeez, Dylan. Do we have to mark this explicit with that, Dylan? I don't know because we do a video podcast. Here's my thoughts on it, really quick for you, Chris. Right? You look at the landscape of Southern California. We've got a championship team coming into Santa Barbara. As long as that all works out, you never know until it actually hits the pitch.
It's
Santa Barbara
Sky.
Is it Santa Barbara Sky? I think is what it is, right?
Yeah.
And then there's the proposal that I guess the city of Pico Rivera is working with USL to get a team. My thoughts on Pico Rivera is that would be the whatever Division I sort of atmosphere for the league if that was to accumulate there. Because from what I know, Orange County has no aspirations of going Division I team at the start. Now maybe Pro Rel comes in, maybe something happens. I look at Riverside as that's a championship level team to go along with what's going on in this area. I think that makes sense for Riverside to be a League One team, not a championship team, not a Division I team. So I want to say I feel like what is it? Temecula is also looking at joining, I believe, with a League Two team or maybe a League One side. I don't know. So there's a lot going on in Southern California with some of this, but I think Riverside is best suited for League One to start, and then if Pro Rel comes in, then you have the opportunities to move up and down. I think that's the way the sort of it looks right now. Now, we all know USL can change in a day, a two, a week, a month, right? But that's the way I look at what the rumors and the thoughts of some of these future franchises in Southern California. The thing I'm most curious about with all of that is we all know that Orange County has sort of this like lock on USL rights in Southern California. I want to know how that sort of balances out with some of these new potential teams coming in and what the potential financial benefits would be for Orange County if they sort of relinquish some of those rights or those territorial boundaries in the league. And I don't know if anyone has anything else to say on that. Dylan?
What you got, B-Rad? I know you had your finger up.
Or B-Rad. B-Rad wants to jump in.
Yeah, my thoughts on the matter is it's going to be irrelevant in a couple of years if the league does go live with ProRail. And Chris, I'll save you time with the Reno follow-up question.
Yeah, because you knew it was coming,
I
baby.
knew it
You
was
knew it.
coming. I'll believe it when they actually break ground on that stadium. They're the third ownership group to come to the Reno Tahoe area and say we want to bring a USL team.
Damn, dude. This man, I'm not playing this man at Texas Hold'em at all because I was going there.
Oh, Brad knew. Brad's smart. The one time I'll say that, Brad.
Mm.
Dylan, do you have any thoughts on any of this?
Yeah, I'll believe that each of these teams is actually going to exist the minute they actually kick a ball in a competitive match.
Guys, I'm from Riverside. I'm from Riverside. Matt,
Sorry.
If I had to have a League One team and it wasn't Forward Madison, man, might be Riverside. Just saying.
Will they?
I would hope it would.
I
be the
forget.
team
Is
from your home.
Riverside? Is Riverside? It's not 909 anymore in the Riverside, right? So
951.
951.
But I feel like you got to go the heritage, right? You got to call them the Riverside 909ers or something like that, right?
That's
I mean, that would just make total sense.
909ers.
Maybe.
How is that one of the worst things that you've said tonight?
Maybe.
That is the question, Dylan. That we got to go through. That's going to be our. Okay, never mind. I'm not going to spoil it.
Raincross United or something like that. But,
Chris, any last thoughts you have before we let you go?
Man, I mean, I think we should have some sort of prediction. Maybe not scores, because I'm telling you, I'm really thinking it's going to be like a 1-goal situation. So I'd love to know one thing you guys want to predict. One
Over
area,
under,
one stat line.
I'm trying to do the betting thing. Over under on the number of
Cards.
corners in this match being 6 and the number of yellow cards being greater than
You got to do it
4.
correctly, Dylan. You got to do it correctly, Dylan.
Okay, fine.
You can't put it at 6 because then there's an even there. You got to do it at 6.5 or
Let's go
5.5.
cards.
You do
Let's go
realize
yellow cards. Let's go yellow cards.
Well,
Yellow
Kevin
cards?
Partita's not playing, so there's -1 yellow card.
I
for
say
Orange County Soccer
0.5.
Club right there.
0.5 for yellow cards. 0.5.
0.5. Oh, okay. So you're trying to say the difference is you guys are getting 1 more or 0.5 more or what or less?
No, I'm just saying that the total cards in the match will be either 1 or 2 or 0. That's what I'm saying.
It's almost like Ray doesn't even watch soccer.
Yeah, it's like what?
What?
Let's clip this.
Sorry.
Let's clip this and watch this next week and see what y'all think of Ray. Chris, give us a score prediction for this match.
Okay. I'll
No,
concede.
he doesn't want to do score predictions. He wants to do yellow
No,
card
he's going to do it
predictions.
though. He's going to do
Stop
it.
eating your mic.
I'll concede to it. Yo, I hope none of your fans are coming because they're going to be bored out of their mind. 1-0 United.
If one or more of our fans are going to Albuquerque for this match, make sure you stop at Bob's Burger, get a taco burger with green chili cheese fries. There you go. Dylan, what's your score prediction?
Don't do that.
I'm predicting that there will be at least 5 yellow cards in this match.
Ooh.
See, now this is good. Keep going, Brad. Let's go.
Wait. What's the score though, Dylan? Really quick before Brad gives
care.
his yellow card. Okay,
Don't get a
Brad,
burger.
go.
Taco
Burger, a taco burger. Dylan,
No,
get it
don't
right.
do that.
Go, Brad.
Don't do that. That's not good.
I'm gonna say 3. I'm gonna take you put the over under at 4, right? Or Dylan did. I'm gonna take the under, but just barely.
Larry,
Yellow cards, 5.5. Because Dylan took my 5.
We
Point-
don't.
point- 0.5.
You can't.
You can't go point.
what's the over under? Do you take if I put it at 0.5?
All right,
Do you take the
4.5
over or the under, Dylan?
Is the middle? I don't know how this works. I'm taking.
You play
Is it
Price
4.5?
Picks or what? What is that? 4.5.
I really.
I don't
I
gamble.
made
I'm
a
a bad
mistake.
gambler. All right, 6. 6 yellow cards.
I should have asked
Total.
Brad to do this for me.
Hey, here we go. Ready? 0 yellow cards for me. That's what I'm predicting for this match.
No.
And do not bash the taco burger, Chris. With
Bro,
green.
Straight
Green
red
taco
card.
burger.
Okay, look. If you get the hard shell, okay. If you get the
Yes.
tortilla, if you get the tortilla, no. But look,
Who gets the tortilla? You get the hard shell
If
and you
you're
get it
com-
green.
if you're coming to New Mexico, stop by the Black Diamonds tailgate. We're doing a Flicktoberfest Beanio tournament, and you want to stop by. We got brews from Bosque Brewing Company. We got you set up. Stop at the Black Diamonds tailgate. We'll get you set. I might even do a scarf trade with you.
You know what would make it 100% the best is if you get Bob's Burger to cater that, Chris. Chris,
no.
let our listeners know.
No.
Let our listeners know if they want to hear more from you. Where do they go?
Yo, if you want to hear more from me, my crew, You can follow us at Spotify and Apple. We're under Seek and Strike Network. We have a couple shows on there, especially on Apple. We have a couple shows segmented. We got the State of United podcast, which is for New Mexico United. We got the Enchanted 11 podcast, which is our women's collegiate soccer. We cover 5 schools in New Mexico. So you just want to hear us talk about women's college soccer because you can't get enough of women's college or women's soccer, then just listen to that. Even if you're not in New Mexico, just listen to it because we just throw out some good stuff there. So you could do that. And if you want to watch the conversations, then you can hit us on our Patreon, patreon.com/Seek and Strike Network, where we might create some other content that you can only see behind the wall. All right.
Oh, look at, he stole our idea, man. We gave you that idea, huh, Chris? The after podcast after dark. Folks, if you only support or listen to one other show, one other podcast or network outside of our show, Chris is a great person to follow. He's been a great friend of the show for the longest time, and we appreciate any time Chris is on the show. He's an awesome person. Thank you so much, Chris, for taking some time to join us.
Yeah,
and best of luck for the rest of the season, except for this upcoming match. Other than that, have a great rest of the season.
Let's do that after pod, baby.
Yeah, and I think Dylan should bet hair on top of the head against you for this next match.
Shoot, we're gonna bet something. That's for sure.
Thank you, Chris.
Someone's got to chug a beer in air or something. So,
thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, you guys are welcome. Thank you.
Thanks, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, really quick before we wrap things up, we didn't even talk about the El Paso El Paso
Yeah, so
Locomotive.
we should probably do that.
Let's do it. Dylan, go for it.
You picked the one that I had to watch the highlights of because I was busy spraining my ankle on Saturday. What did Larry say? That we were bad? I think that was what he led with. So tell me, bearded man.
Did I say we were bad? There were some.
I think Larry was frustrated that we brought in the kids when it was 0-0 late in the match. I think that's where Larry was the most frustrated.
Listen, Danny Stone knows more than I do, and the front office has directives I'm sure that they would put out, and I have a lot of respect for some of these kids. Tyson Espy is a better soccer player and a better defender than I am ever going to be, and that's on his worst day versus my best day. But taking out Nico Benalcazar and Chris Hagart at that time of the game and subbing them off for, again, a couple of kids who are not yet proven, I really just shook my head at that one. Fortunately, we still ended up with a 0-0 draw. Why Cameron Dunbar tried to kick the ball through the back of the net when he was inside the 6, I think. I don't know. Again, I'm not a professional soccer player, and Cameron knows more than I do, and that was heartbreaking to see, especially being right there on the sideline, being right there next to the goal and just watching that ball sail. It was, here we go.
Wait, let it keep playing. Let it keep playing. There's Larry right there. You can see him right there.
I'm there. You see me? So yeah, I don't feel like the team played horribly bad. I just think that we didn't do enough against what I feel is a weaker team that we should have beaten on Saturday night. With all the injuries anyway, we still should have beaten El Paso.
I'll give my thoughts really quick on this. There was like one shot that scared me from El Paso, and that was the one that was just like a bullet, and Colin Shetler deflected it, did a great thing. I wasn't really scared much of the rest of the match from El Paso. I was disappointed, just like you were, Larry, on what we saw. I've been a huge Cameron Dunbar fan since he made his debut. He made a splashy debut with the team, but this was a very poor performance from him in the match. I was sort of glad he got pulled early. I think that made a lot of sense, and Bryce Jamison came in and at least showed a little bit more, but he had his mistakes out there too, which was disappointing. We should have easily had 1 or 2 goals in this match. We should have had the 3 points here. And this match wasn't impacted by a unlawful or an illegal throw-in. So, I mean, this is just on the team here. The Sacramento match was on the refs. This was on the team. We should have got a goal or 2, and we should have walked away with victory here. And thus, we would have been ahead of Phoenix in the table, and we would have been in playoff spot right now, battling for maybe 6th or 7th. But, yeah. Brad, your thoughts on this match?
Okay. Gotta fact check you before I move on to my schedulely prepped debrief of this game. Never mind. I'm wrong. Either way, um, ignore that first bit.
Brad
I,
corrected himself. That is beautiful, Brad. I love it.
yeah, I was gonna say that Dunbar got pulled late, but I was looking at the Sacramento game, so ignore
He was
me.
the first one pulled.
But speaking of pulling players and subbing players for questionable choices, both games had that happen in my opinion. You know, I'm all for playing the kids, but not in these matches when your back is against the wall of making playoffs. We shouldn't be fielding a 16-year-old for significant minutes, even if, 13 minutes is significant. Like, I get it. We don't have really anybody else to substitute, but I don't know what to do beyond that. What I had prepped for this game, I haven't brought a record on in a while, but here's a chorus line. Does anybody know the signature title track of a chorus line? It's a Broadway musical.
Dun
One
dun da da dun.
singular sensation.
Thank
Every
you.
little step
Everything.
All right,
takes.
all right, all right. You've made my point. It's
Da
called
da da
one.
da da.
It's called one. That's how many goals or shots on goal we had this game. It doesn't matter how good, how bad. One is never enough in this case. It's not a singular sensation every single time. Look, it even is
There you
showing
go.
on the screen now. One shot on
But we did
target.
have more shots, just only one on target. Brad, I got to say this. I love that you went and bought the vinyl copy of a chorus line just so you can make that reference on the show.
I've had this
And
for a
can
while.
I say this? I got to correct you. No matter what you think, Tyson SB looked all the part in his 2 appearances this week. It was not a downgrade on defense. If anything, he looked better than maybe some of the stuff we saw. And I was actually excited to see Tyson SB next to Pedro Guimarães on the right side of the defense. And Dylan doesn't like when I say that name, so I apologize, Dylan. But can we say, has there ever been a younger pairing on the right side of a defense in the USL Championship? I'm going to ask anyone want to check that out before we wrap things up here in a couple minutes.
Well,
Dylan,
we'll just go ahead and say no, and then we'll say, is it a good idea? Listen, congratulations to Tyson on making your professional debut up in Sacramento. Good for you, buddy. That it's amazing. You are 16 years old and you are a professional athlete. That is incredible. Was the timing right? Who knows?
And before he was with LAFC, he was with Laguna United here in South Orange County, which is a great organization as well. Dylan, any last things you want to say about any of this?
If this one is on the team, right, which it absolutely is, they need to score. You know what? We have to develop. Let me cook, as producer Andy's daughter would say. We have to develop these players, and there's not going to be any low pressure moments for players like Tyson Espy to come in and make a debut and be rewarded for making Larry stop eating snacks or whatever you're doing.
Cough drop.
He needs these opportunities, and there's not going to be any low risk opportunities at this point. Everything's pretty high leverage because Orange County has unfortunately underperformed the last 2 months. He deserves to be there. He showed he can be there. I'm not gonna.
And he held his
yes,
own.
He didn't play a lot, but yeah, he's not like he's the reason we didn't win this match. Orange County could not put the ball on target in this match. That's the reason we didn't win this match. We can kind of play these matches in a handful of weeks, but we have to win matches to get to the point where we can technically just draw every single match and get to a final. It just doesn't look likely. I think I think that match in Sacramento finally kind of broke my optimism about 2025.
Here's my tactical analysis on this team late in the season. We are not built to play against a team that is going to sit back and just defend. We don't have the players that are going to break down the defense like that. In the past, we've had that. We've had the speed up top. We've had players that are creative enough to do it. We're just not built to do that. So I think teams have figured that out about Orange County is all you have to do is just sit back and defend, and they're not going to be able to break through. Whereas there's other teams that have the talent to do so. And nothing against Ethan Zubak, Cameron Dunbar, Bryce Jamison, whoever else, Tristan Traeger, whoever else is playing up top. We're just not, we don't have what we need to do that. And that it sucks. Again, hopefully They figure out a way because they're still, it's all in control for Orange County. Orange County controls their destiny. They can control what happens if they can win out or, whatever they need to do. So we'll see what happens with that. Before we wrap things up, I'm going to make this fun. Instead of what did you learn, I'm going to ask you this. What's the dumbest thing Ray has said on this episode, Larry? And you can't copy anyone else. So Larry gets first crack at this. So you better be ready to think of something else, Dylan and Brad.
The dumbest thing that Ray has said. I'm DJ Ray Zamora.
All right. Brad, Larry made it easy for you because he didn't take anything dumb that I said this episode. And I did not say that I'm DJ Ray Zamora in this episode either. So I don't know where Larry's coming from. Go, Brad.
The dumbest thing you can or will say, and you have the chance to redeem yourself here, is letting us do random thoughts. So I will be nice because I want
this episode, Brad. This episode.
You want to do a random thought, Ray. This episode is unhinged. I need random thoughts to close it out.
Dylan, what's the dumbest thing I've said?
I really do think it was that Orange County lost because of a throw-in and not because they were bad.
You guys all lose. I gave you an opportunity to win. This was a contest to see who could get the right answer. The dumbest thing I said is I compared Jack Gurr to Kobe Bryant. Brad, what's your random thought that you wanted to desperately spout out on this episode today?
I'm going to go counting with you guys. So I said 1 for the show. Hey, my beautiful dog Wendy turns 2 on Friday on the 10th. So happy birthday to Wendy. She's amazing. 3, there are 3 weeks left to play in the season where we have 4 games to play. And I really doubt it, but I'm hoping 5 points is enough. It definitely is not going to be enough, but I needed something to say for 5. And my Nevada education tells me that I can't count any higher.
Nice.
Dylan or Larry, do you want to share a random thought that you were hoping to share in this episode before we wrap things up?
Let Wendy cook.
Yes, and let Ray not.
Hey, no, Maddie said let Ray cook.
No, she said let Wendy cook.
But before that, go back on the chat.
Okay,
it was
fine.
let Ray cook.
You know what my random thought is? I look better in short shorts than Jack Gurr.
He's not wrong.
Yeah,
I've seen both live and in person. For my random thought, I'm going to stick with a number 2, a number as well. 316,950 new cases of invasive breast cancer are expected to be diagnosed in women in the United States in 2025. October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Wear your pink. Show your support. Show the love. Ladies out there, get yourself checked. Guys out there, you guys remember I had a little scare there a couple of 18 months or so back. Get yourself checked. Pay attention to these kind of things. They are very, very important. And as one who has lost family members to breast cancer, this is a subject that's very near and dear to my heart. Thank you. Soapbox done.
And with me knowing that more of our listeners are male than female, I appreciate, Larry, that you called out and you said, hey, guys, get checked as well, too, if you notice anything weird, because it doesn't just impact women. That's sort of the thought. It also impacts men. With that said, I want to thank everyone for participating in this episode, including my co-hosts, Dylan, Larry, Brad, producer Andy, our guest, Chris, all of you that were listening. I mean, Maddie was just like bombing the comments there, so appreciate that. Anyone else that was participating as well, McCheeky, Josh, whoever else was in there, thank you for doing so. Hey, this has been the Orange and Black Soccer Cast, and we are out.